Niall Boylan.
Real Talk Radio on Classic Hits 4FM.
Welcome back this afternoon. And the question I'm asking you, should we remove blasphemy from the Constitution next year? I want to go to Ibrahim Noonan, who's the first Irish-born imam and a regular guest and caller to the show. Ibrahim, I've Michael Nugent on the line as well from Atheist Ireland. He believes it's about time that we got rid of this law. Do you agree with that?
Oh, absolutely not. 100% not, Niall, because if this blasphemy law is got rid of, people like Michael Nugent and them will do more damage to the sentiments of Muslims.
Michael, are you preparing war against Muslim or against Islam?
No, and in fact, if you leave atheism, you don't get killed, whereas leaving Islam, the punishment for apostasy in Islam is death.
That's incorrect. That's incorrect.
What is it then? What's the penalty for leaving Islam?
There's no penalty for leaving Islam. And I challenge you, Michael Nugent, to show me any verse in the Quran which says that if you leave Islam, you're punishable by death. You won't find one verse in Quran.
I didn't say it was in the Quran. Bear in mind what I said. I said that the punishment for leaving Islam is death. And you're in fact the first Muslim spokesperson and I've debated this with many Muslim spokespersons. You're the first person that said that it isn't the case.
I think there may be different interpretations because I do know what you're talking about, Michael. And with respect to Ibrahim, I have heard Muslim scholars, now I don't know what part or what book they're actually studying, saying that apostasy is sensible by death.
First of all, Niall, what's important here is this. Because a few times I've mentioned this on your show, and you've been graciously accepting us on the show as well, and we thank you for that. The thing is this, that yes, there is various interpretations, there's no doubt about that, but still, I even challenge those Muslim scholars in Saudi,
in the UK,
even in the UK, show me one verse of Quran which gives you the permission to punish someone for apostasy or anything in Islam.
But let me get back.
You're being executed on the basis of the Quran or on the basis of Hadith. The fact that you're being executed is what counts. Now, you tell me one atheist who has said that if you leave atheism and become religious, that we'll kill you.
Sorry, say that again, please.
Okay, I think we're going to get into a whole other conversation, and I only have about 3 minutes, so I want to stick to what we can. Ibrahim, get back to blasphemy. The laws, are around since 1937. Yes, the Constitution is meant to move with the times. People are allowed, I should be allowed, without having any fear, to turn around and say that I don't believe Allah exists. I don't believe Muhammad exists. I should be allowed to criticise Islam. I should be allowed to criticise Christianity. But for fear of being accused of blasphemy, I can't.
No. The thing is this, that everyone has the right to their opinion. Even if someone says, I don't believe in Islam, I don't believe in the Quran, what the blasphemy law does simply is to stop and curtail anything which goes beyond the point where you're hurting the feelings of anyone, not even just Muslims, anyone. So there has to be some level of ethics and principles where we can say, look, hang on, you have the right to say something, but this is going beyond the limit and we want you to stop. I mean, if I come into your home and start insulting your father or your mother in a very abusive
But there's a big difference in my father and Allah, or my father and the Christian God, because I can see my father.
No, the point is this, that we have to respect the sentiments of everybody, including Muslims, Christians, Jews, Hindus,
but
whatever.
You can take that to an extreme level, Ibrahim. I could tell you I believe in a pink monster on the planet Zorg, so does that mean that you can't insult that pink monster? You know what I mean? We can take that to any extreme level you want.
Actually, strangely enough, the thing is interesting enough, because you just reminded me of something. In the verses of the Holy Quran, Allah tells Muslims that those Christians and Jews, whoever insult your God, you don't have the right to go back and insult their God. This is mentioned in Quran. So we are...
sorry, Michael, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, Michael.
Yeah, Abraham started off by criticising atheists. He started off by saying that if you had a blasphemy law removed, then atheists would cause harm. So he started off by insulting atheists. Then when I countered by saying that atheists don't do the harmful things that Islamists do, I'm not talking about ordinary Muslims, but the people who run Islamic countries do, he then changed the topic to something else. The fact is, you don't have the right to not be offended. You have the right to say things that offend me. I have the right to say things that offend you, as long as they're not harming you as opposed to your beliefs.
Okay, first of all, I didn't insult you or atheists. So
well, I'm not saying you insulted me, Ibrahim, but you suggested that if we got rid of the blasphemy laws, that Michael and his atheist crew would obviously have some sort of campaign against Islam.
Yeah, that's it. That's not an insult. That's not an insult.
Well, it is an insult because I think that belittles them as being uneducated, that they're doing it for the wrong reasons.
Show me one word which I used which was an insult towards them.
What I'm saying is it's insulting to the extent that maybe you're accusing him of saying that if blasphemy was gone, that he would go, hell bent for leather on Islam, and I don't think he would.
Well, I have met...
You see the way you're upset at your free speech being restricted.
I have met atheists. I meet atheists every week on the street in Galway in Dublin. And I've had atheists come to me in the stall, abusing us on the stall. Okay? So we don't abuse them back.
Have any atheists killed you?
The thing is, I did not. My statements were not meant to be insulting. They weren't insulting. I simply believe I made a statement that if this blasphemy law is removed, and let's be fair and honest about this, atheist organisation and other organisations will have a field day.
Okay, guys, I would love you to stay during the news, but I got to go to news, and I would love both of you to stay with me, and we'll continue this conversation straight after the news.
Niall Boylan. Real Talk Radio on Classic Hits 4FM.
Welcome back this afternoon, and let's continue this conversation. We were asking you about the laws of blasphemy. And two very different opinions there from Michael Nugent, the chairperson of Atheist Ireland, and also Ibrahim Noonan, who is the first Irish-born Imam. Let's get back into that conversation. If I could go to you first, Ibrahim, in relation to these blasphemy laws, they've been around since 1937. We thought they were going to be done away with about 4 or 5 years ago, but instead they increased the fine. I mean, realistically, they are outdated. There's nobody suggesting that I should be able to have a pop at you personally or your belief, because at the end of the day, that is incitement to hatred anyway.
Yeah, that's true, Niall, but the point is that law is a very good law, and why get rid of a law which is workable and which is protecting the feelings of so many people, not just Muslims, so many people. I mean, it's a law that should be there. Why, for example, why do the atheist organisation want it removed? Why?
Well, Michael, why do you want it removed?
Okay, firstly, because it's a silly law, because it suggests that the creator of the universe requires the protection of the Irish Parliament and Constitution to protect his interests. And secondly, it's a dangerous law. And the reason it's a dangerous law is that it is being used internationally. We live in an increasingly interdependent world. It's being used internationally at the United Nations by the Islamic states, including Pakistan, to justify their blasphemy laws and to try indeed to spread blasphemy laws throughout the world. Now, in Pakistan, there's a Christian woman who's currently facing execution for blasphemy, a woman called Asia Bibi. And two politicians in Pakistan who spoke up for her were both murdered for speaking up for her. Now, I would like to ask Ibrahim, does he believe that Asia Bibi, a 44-year-old Christian mother from Pakistan, facing execution by hanging for blasphemy, should be executed?
Absolutely not. And secondly, I should let you know, Michael, that blasphemy law in Pakistan, which was established in 1983 under 29C, that blasphemy law actually is used against our community in Pakistan, and we're Ahmadi Muslims. Our members of the Ahmadi Muslims have been sentenced to death and imprisoned and killed and murdered in Pakistan under this blasphemy law.
So you're opposed to blasphemy laws then? That's excellent.
No. Let me finish my statement. I'm opposed to blasphemy laws which is being used, which is not in connection with the Holy Quran. The beauty about Ireland is, and this is the point I wanted to make, Ireland's law is so unique that here Ireland is protecting the rights of all religions, and in Pakistan they're using a blasphemy law to kill and murder Christians and minority Muslims like the Ahmadi Muslim community.
Including your own people, the Ahmadis. And listen, this is a very significant point, and this is something where we might find some agreement. Okay, because I didn't realise you were an Ahmadi Muslim. Yes, you're right. Your people are being persecuted by those blasphemy laws in Pakistan. And the Pakistan government is using the existence of the Irish law and the fact that Ireland, as a modern Western democracy, has passed a new blasphemy law to justify what to your people in Pakistan and saying, look, here's a modern Western democracy with a blasphemy law. There's nothing wrong with blasphemy laws. Therefore, it's okay for us to do what we're doing to the Ahmadi Muslims.
I mean, that's a fair point, Ibrahim, that the fact that Pakistan are citing Ireland as best practice when it comes to blasphemy. You know what I mean? That's embarrassing, actually, to be honest with you.
But let me answer this, Niall. I agree with Michael on this point, okay? But the point is, in Ireland we are setting a very high standard of tolerance. Now, should we get
well, hold on. Blasphemy laws and the word tolerance don't fit in the same sentence, really, do they?
Okay, if you want to use tolerance with Niall, look, Niall, the thing is this. The blasphemy law in Pakistan is completely opposite to the blasphemy law here in Ireland.
But the Pakistan government is using our law to justify what they're doing to your people, the Ahmadi Muslims in Pakistan.
Niall Boylan. Real Talk Radio on Classic Hits 4FM.